Hey everyone, good morning, grand rising. Here we are, another day. This one's a little rougher today than some days. Some days I wake up somewhat happy. I usually don't wake up like chirping and singing with the birds, like, oh, I'm so happy, and floating off the ground. Well, I would hope I'm not floating off the ground because that would present a whole nother issue, wouldn't it? But I wake up kind of feeling low and depressed. When I wake up in the morning, it's often, fuck, I'm still alive. Another day. I've said this before, so you guys already know this is how I feel in the mornings. But then I have to combat that because I have to remember the war is invisible. There's a war going on within ourself, in our mind. And because I have this depression, I have to fight it constantly and remind myself that I am not just my emotions. I have to act on logic. Don't just act in the moment because I'm feeling woe is me. Figure out why I'm feeling woe is me and see what I could do to change it. Because often I wake up and I'm like, okay, it's going to be another day of the same stuff. I'm going to feel the same way. There's nothing new going on. But then I have to remind myself that's not true because who has control over me? Well, I do, of course. I have control over myself. So that means that I have control over my emotions and I have the choice to either remain in my depression and wallow in self-pity, or I could lift myself up and find something better and productive to do with my time and my day. Make changes. So that's oftentimes why I make videos in the morning, because I have a hard time in the morning, I find the most. So that's when I usually will try to get up, stretch, do some TikToks, because I really like doing my little TikToks. They're funny, as you've seen some of my TikToks. Even though recently I made a TikTok and I thought it was funny, but someone else didn't think it was funny and they called me a Luciferian. Yeah, yeah. But that's a whole nother topic. I'm not a Luciferian. And they might have been having a moment of their own, so I'm not going to hold it against them. But I am trying very hard to do different things in my life to make myself happy. And that might sometimes mean making TikToks. And sometimes people can't take jokes. But then I have to remember I am living for me, not for everybody else. If I think something's funny, that's great. It doesn't necessarily mean that everyone else is going to see the humor in it, though. And I accept that. But I do find that, back to what I was saying, in the morning I have a rough time. So I usually make some TikToks. I make like 2 or 3 to kind of get my mood lifted and elevated. And I find it helps a little bit. So for those of you out there who have depression, who suffer from morning depression, not loss of people mourning, but like you wake up, when you rise, you say, fuck, it's another day. What do you do? How do you overcome it? What do you do? What type of helpful tips do you have? Do you meditate? What type of meditations help you? Do you exercise? I'm not going to ask you what type of exercises you do because I'm fat. I don't like to exercise. But I walk daily. Except lately, there's been some rainy days and I haven't been walking in the rain. I don't have an umbrella, so I'm not going out. I need to get one. I need to put that on my list of things to get along with everything else. Get an umbrella for the rainy season. So, for you guys that suffer from depression, or for those of you who used to have it and who overcame it, what do? Give me some helpful tips. I like to share what I can with you guys. I'd appreciate it if you guys would share with me. I would appreciate it very much, because I'm trying to learn new things, and oftentimes it's hard to do new things if you don't have new ideas. So sometimes it's good to reach out to other people and say, hey, do you have any recommendations? See, because a lot of times people don't want to reach out when they're feeling low because they're embarrassed. And oftentimes people will say, oh, just snap out of it. It's just depression. It could go away just by being happy. Really? Is that how that works? Okay. No. No, it's a chemical imbalance in the brain. For some people, it takes medication. I take medication for my depression, but since my insurance ran out this month, after this month is done, I'll have no medicine left and I'm going to be back just on my own. So I've been taking depression medicine on and off throughout my entire life, but I went a span of about 5 years where I didn't take any medication. And I had just started back this past, not even a year ago, probably about 8, 9 months ago. I started taking medicine again and I found it helpful. But now that the medication is going to be coming out of my system starting next month, I'm really, really, really going to have to start focusing on ways to overcome it, partially through my diet, partially through exercise. Even though I hate it, I do walk, I do stretch. I just need to do more and not make excuses. Yeah. But what do you guys find helps? Sometimes I read books because it's a way to escape, but I'm not trying to escape per se. I'm just trying to find a little bit of relief, but I need continuous relief. I need lifelong relief, not just little things to distract me. So I'm not looking for things to distract me from the issues and the problems. I'm learning to face them head on, but it's difficult because when the depression hits, I don't want to do anything at all. Life, it is a definite struggle all the time, but it can be quite rewarding too. But you have to want it, you have to work for it. Nothing in life comes easy. And for some of us, stuff really don't come easy. For others, it does. So I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm going to cut this video here. I don't know if I'm going to post it. I'm kind of just rambling this morning, trying to get myself started and energized. I'm trying to say, you could do it, Jody. You could do it. You got it in you. You don't have to be depressed and miserable. You can live life to the fullest and experience joy that you never thought possible. Sounds good. I don't know if I fully believe it, but I'm trying to. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. You know, like my moments of joy are real, but they come and go. You know, my moods are like this, like up down, up down. Like 1 minute I'm happy, the next I'm depressed, the next minute I'm, a whole different feeling. Maybe I'm sad and emotional, and then 10 minutes later I'm happy again. It's really weird. It's like up and down. And it's not like mania. I don't get big bursts of joy. I simply mean I feel decent in the moment and then I dip low again. Yeah, the depression I have, I don't have the joy of the mania. Because if you have mania, at least you have happy times too. You just have ups and downs. But then again, the fall might be harder if you have mania, because if you have like a fake high, because I think that's kind of what it is. I think it's a fake high, but I don't know a lot about mania. And then you drop low, I would think you might actually feel even worse because you go from a high to a low. Whereas me, I go from a low to a lower low and back to low and then a lower low. Very seldomly do I dip up here into the joyous, happy field. I don't know that. I need a aura cleanse, get my chakras in alignment. I don't know. I need to do something. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. Okay, I'm going to cut the video here. I love you guys. I hope I didn't waste 10 minutes of your time with my rambling. I'm just venting and I need some friends and some ideas. So here I am. If you have them, put them out there. All right, I love you guys. Take care. Peace.